Joe Fisher III. Across the faux marble table, I got Rashad Taylor.
What up, though?
And across the glass, Jordan Schultz. How are we doing on this beautiful spring Saturday morning?
You know what? It is beautiful outside.
It's gorgeous.
Oddly enough, little wet at certain points, but that's all good, man. I'm good, man. What's up with you, Jordan?
Saturday. Mom's birthday celebration today, like some nice weather the past few days. Like I don't know what's nice here in the Pacific Northwest. It's relative, but like I've been enjoying
60.
this like 60-degree, no hard sun, no real rain kind of. Yeah, it's just been perfect here in the valley kind of week.
As long as they're clear skies, like it's a good day in Portland.
Well, I have a bit of a conundrum on my hands.
Conundrum?
Yeah, good word, right?
I do that is like that's a $7 word or whatever they say.
Went in my bag for that one. I was supposed to book a tea time earlier this week.
Okay.
And that has not happened. So I'm scrambling. I'm like me on the golf course. I'm scrambling right now. I'm trying to find a tea time. I got one of my buddies who is going to be playing with me. He texted me last night. He's like, "Hey, should I book something or do you got it?" And I didn't text back. Yesterday was a weird day for me. I mean,
So did you get in or no?
No, I still need to find a tea time somehow. Because I'm looking around all the courses now this morning, and I'm like,
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Oops.
You might get one at sunset.
Yeah, today's one of those days. Like, and you know, in Portland, it doesn't take much for us to consider it a nice day. Like I said, if the skies are blue, or if just there are a few clouds in the sky, and it even looks, it can be 40 degrees outside. But if it looks like it looks out there now, we're like, huh. It's a pretty good day here.
Well, and
right?
I saw a discernible difference between Thursday afternoon tea times that were available and yesterday afternoon. It was like the whole golfing population yesterday was like, all right, let's go.
Today's the day.
Let's go ahead and book that tea time.
Yesterday was a good day. Thursday was a great day, you know. So if you could have got out either one of those days, but I think everybody was kind of occupied. But yeah, I could imagine there was probably a little bit more space on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, I'm in a bit of a pickle trying to get this figured out, but we'll get it in.
Is it kosher to take your iPad out on the course? Like get the cart, put the iPad up,
to watch some stuff.
Yeah, like
that's
NCAA tournament.
I think that's standard.
100%. Yeah, oh yeah.
Gotta.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll do that on Saturdays, Sundays during football season. I'll bring the iPad with me. 100%. Yeah, and especially with this weekend. I mean, we got the madness still going on. We had fan madness Thursday and Friday. I was up at A yesterday. Do you ever have a day though? Like, I was looking forward to Fan Madness. You know, it's always a great event. It's one of our most fun events of the year, not just internally, but for all the listeners out there. So thanks to all of them that showed up over the last couple days. Thanks to the sponsors as well, A, Window Nation, George McCoy at Warren Allen, and Cricket Wireless, and Video Only. But yesterday, maybe it was me promptly losing my money at the blackjack table.
That'll do it.
But usually I'm there and I catch the 7 p.m. bus home, and there was just something about my my vibes yesterday. I was just tired. I was not in that casino mindset yesterday. Probably why I lost all my money.
Hey, man, 35 plus now, man.
And so when that 4 o'clock bus came, I was on it. I was on it.
Yeah.
Went back home, went to my girlfriend's house, got there around like 4:45, 5 o'clock. She's like, "You're home already?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm about to pass out. And I took like a 3-hour nap.
What time did y'all get there?
11:30ish.
That's a 5 hours at a casino is a long time.
And usually I'm there till 7.
Yeah.
You know, we get food and we get drinks to start.
And
hang
I think
out
there you
for
go, right there.
An hour and a half, 2 hours. You know,
You just dove right in though.
I'll say this.
I was crushing anything that was on that table.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll say this, fellas, and this is what I've learned, you know, over time.
Probably a lot of drinking early to start the day too.
Day drinking, day parties,
Yeah.
anything like that. Man, it's a rap city. Just because, like, you think about it and you're having drinks that you would typically have, like, maybe in the evening sometime. And so you're willing, you know the pass out is coming, right? You know the shutdown is going to be not too far away. But this is a situation drinking during the day to where it's like, holy hell, it's 3 o'clock and I'm kind of smashed right now.
Well,
I'm kind of twisted a little bit. And what happens after you're twisting? You don't want to drink anymore?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Guys, I think I'm going to get out of here.
Well, and it was so the 4 o'clock bus came, and I start heading towards the front. And as I'm like walking towards the front doors, Ryan Cooley, boss man, little general, and sales bro Kurt Ludwig like walk out of the bathroom and see me leaving the casino, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! what the hell is this? Where are you going? I'm like, oh, I'm just
White flag, fellas.
I'm just seeing if the bus is here just in case, I think there's some people that might want to leave right now. So I'm just going to go take a peek real quick. And they're like, you better not. And I'm like, I think I am.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Bye.
I'm out of here.
I think I'm
out
You
of
tried
here.
to pull that like whole Irish goodbye, just peacing out, and they caught you.
Basically,
Pretty funny.
yeah, basically.
I make it known that I'm leaving. All right, guys. I think I'm going to get out of here.
Better hit the old
Yeah,
dusty
that's
trail.
my cue right there. I make it very, very known
Oh,
that
found the fire
I'm
exit.
about to get out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was still a great time.
I didn't get to go. I'm pissed
Alien
off.
was lively. You gotta go.
Well,
It was
here's the
lively,
thing, and here's the messed up part. Like, and it's more of a scheduling thing for the NCAA. Like,
School.
usually it's right before spring break for so it's the last 2 days of like
You're still
high
trying
school
to
and middle
pass the
school.
11th grade over here.
Yeah, right. So that's when basically, essentially that's what it feels like at times. But, so usually the last couple days of school, there's fireworks. Kids are antsy, teachers are antsy. People are just like, we need a break from each other. And yeah, so there was a whole lot going on. Unfortunately, a few meetings I had to get to. So I'm never really able to make it to Fan Madness. I've been able to go to one the entire time. Yeah, one.
Well, I think
Actually, two, because we used to do the Buffalo Wild Wings for a minute. We did like this bracket thing and
we
everything
did
like
one
that.
at.
I think it was Dirt and Sprague.
Yeah, we did one at the Independent. I want to say one year.
There we did.
But A, I mean,
I've only been
you
to it
gotta
once
have
at
it.
A,
Gotta
one day,
have
which
the
which
vibes
sucks.
are the vibe. They crush it up there. They do a good job.
They do a
And
great job.
The thing is, yesterday too, is they had a very specific cocktail on their menu that when you find one, it's
Was
just
it a paper plane?
No, it was not.
No, okay.
But it had the qualities of paper plane that I could just crush this. Like, get me one of those big water jugs that you bring to football practice.
Oh, man.
But fill it up with this
Oh, man.
cocktail,
Yeah.
and I'm crushing it. It was like it was a bourbon peach smash.
Ooh.
So it was
Sounds good.
it was bourbon with like a peach puree, some lemon, and something else. I don't know, but I crushed like 3 or 4 of those
That's
pretty
refreshing.
quick.
That's why your ass was tired at 3 o'clock and 2:30.
Pretty
Like, yeah.
quickly, yeah, that happened. But no, it was great. It was a great little day out there. Besides the fact of me losing money, but I think that was also a humbling experience for me. The last couple of years going up to A, I've done good for myself, and I think that was one of those moments yesterday that it was like, you need a reality check about what can happen at these tables, here, little buddy.
Oh,
And it did not.
Not Mr. Winner.
what did you budget?
Yeah,
going into-
that's what I was going to
yeah.
ask.
What did you budget going into
200,
A&A?
300.
That budget changed
Uh-huh.
yesterday morning.
Hey,
Yeah.
sometimes that happens.
I did a
Start
great
making
job.
concessions like, I don't really need.
Trust me.
Who
They're a
needs
couple
heat this
hundred.
month?
Yeah.
I don't really think we need to.
all
Like,
good.
The ATM convenience fee's not that
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
825. I'll take. I'm 3 in. Doesn't matter.
Now, I will say that was one of my more proud moments yesterday, was losing my money as quickly as I did and not going to the ATM.
Pulling away, man.
Because that thought crossed my mind. Well, what happened is it was me and the Tunger, Sam Tung, at one table. Did not go well at all. And then we left, went to a different table, and it was Cooley and Sam, and they were having a grand old time. The bets were hitting there. And that's when you see there and you're like, oh, this table's looking pretty good. Maybe I try my luck here again. But I did not. I did not. I stayed strong. I had a strong will and stuck to my budget, which I lost, and then went home and took a nap.
And then unless they got some $5 tables, I'm probably not gambling at all.
A doesn't have $5
No,
tables.
they
Good
don't.
luck with that.
They
They got
don't.
$10 tables.
I know, and that's just too rich for me. I'm sorry.
See,
Joe,
I started on 15 minimum, and the ones that Cooley and Sam, high rollers, boss men they were on 25 minimum.
Yeah, that's big money right there.
I was like, ooh, yeah,
Pretty nice paychecks for those guys.
25 per bet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't do that. Like, that was the one thing when I again gambled very, very little, just throughout my life. The one thing I will do is, like, me and some friends are together, we'll go old school and shoot some dice. Why not? Yeah, let's see who wants to lose their money. Like, a little 4, 5, 6. See who wants to lose their money real fast. But outside of that, and usually that's like $5 bets. Maybe somebody throws 7, but it's usually not like 25, 30. We're not, I don't want to play it that way. But when I was in Vegas, it was usually just like I would go to one of the $5 tables at one of the POS casinos down there.
like down on Fremont Street.
Yeah. So, man, it's pretty,
Downtown
if,
Vegas.
If you got a nice little $30 to just, because that was my limit. I'm not giving y'all no more than $30. So if you spent, a car note at the casino, like, hey, man, and lost, Sorry, bud.
Last time I found a $5 table in Vegas was like at the Excalibur, and this was on the Strip, obviously, but it was like at 2 a.m. when I was staying there right before the pandemic started. So it's been a bit. But Joe, a little advice: just start at the Pai Gow table, brother. It's a
I've
very
never played
slow
Pai
game.
Gow.
It's so easy. Basically, it's almost kind of like 21. You're trying to make a total, and it's super slow money wise. You basically push a lot with the dealer. So you have to either lose to the dealer with both of the hands or win with both your and the dealer's hands. So essentially you stay and drink for a long time. You can keep your money for quite a bit.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's fun. It's fun. No, ask Cooley about it. Ask Rop. Rop, he could give you the lowdown.
Well, yeah, it was great up there at A Lene yesterday. Drinks were had, bets were placed. There was one particular salesperson that didn't realize a radio show was going on and kept trying to talk to Isaac and Suk, someone here in this building that will remain nameless. But she will be reminded of it, I'm sure. She will be reminded of it. So,
hey, man, once you have too many, what are the name of the peach puree drinks?
Bourbon peach smash.
Have a little too many bourbon peach smashes, you get a little forgetful.
It
happens.
Hey, that'll happen. That'll happen. So yeah, that cocktail was too good. I've always said too, like the paper plane, because there's a very specific Amaro that you need to make it. And my girlfriend's always been like, why don't you just buy a bottle of the Amaro and we can make it here? Because the rest, it's like the Amaro, Aperol, bourbon, and lemon juice. Pretty easy cocktail to make. But I told her, I was like, if we have that Amaro in the house and I can make paper planes just at any time with my own free will, that's going to become a problem. You're going to see I'm a devout alcoholic after that, as the listener who called in to Primetime would say. So,
I got to figure something out to do today as well. I was thinking golf. Funny enough, as you say that, my uncle's birthday today. Happy birthday to my uncle Kevin, man, my guy. But I don't know. He's a pretty good golfer. I mean, he's not like great. He hasn't been playing for a long time, but like,
does he throw down
for a beginner, and he's a lefty. Like for a beginner, like he's.
Whenever you see legit. A lefty step up to the tee on that first tee box, you're like, oh,
this could be interesting.
Okay.
So the first time we went, we just kind of went as a family. This is maybe a year ago. I don't know if we have to break, but it was all good. It was just supposed to be the fellas, and then he bought his lady at the time.
Yeah, boy.
And his lady just happened to have golfed her entire life, type thing. And it was like his personal,
just throwing seeds out there.
Oh my gosh, man. Every single time he was up, she's like, oh no, stand here, put your hands like this. I'm like, we could all use a golf pro. Go ahead and help me over here, help fix my swing. And he proceeded to just put it down just because. So I owe him some get back, but today's his birthday, so hopefully I can ruin that part of his day.
Well, hopefully we can make the beginning part of your day special. Great.
That's the plan.
Tournament's going to be starting up here pretty soon. When's the first game today? Is it like 9 o'clock, 9:10? Oh yeah, it's already past 9 o'clock, isn't it? That's
it's already going. Looks like
that's how our show
SLU
works.
over Michigan right now by 2.
SIU or SLU?
LU.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
The Billikens of St. Louis taking on Michigan. Yeah, just tip off there. Yeah, so what is it? We got a sports show for you today. This is Sports Saturday. Thank you for joining us. You can text into the program, 503-864-6326. Tell us how your bracket or your March Madness is going so far. You can also jump in on YouTube. We are back on YouTube this week after some technological upgrades and changes here in our
studios. You guys look really nice, by the way.
Thank you.
On the new cam.
Do we?
That. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Just you looking
close up. Yeah.
The angles are better. I don't know. It's better.
So yeah, you could chime in on the show there on the text line 503-864-6326 or on the YouTube chats. What do we got on the agenda today? Oh, well, how about the madness?
There's that.
Do you have another Blazers vibe check, Joe?
That might be happening in hour number 2. The vibe check that seems to go away and come back every week. We also got a couple upset angles here as far as teams that pulled first round upsets. We got to learn a little bit about a specific university and about a specific player. So we'll do that later in the first hour. And there's one team in this tournament, or should I say no longer in this tournament, that I got to ask a question if this is acceptable to this team, this university, and this fan base.
Let's hear it.
Hour number 2, we'll go into a little Blazers talk, NBA talk, the 65-game rule, because there was a couple injuries this week that got people's panties in a bunch about how certain players won't hit the 65-game rule to qualify for regular season awards. And I think that's it. Might get into something else, see what else.
Trying to
is,
round out the show.
Maybe we get a breaking news, something during the middle of the show. We can talk a little bit of Valspar action over here on PGA Tour.
We do have we have some golf going.
Hey, only a couple more weeks until the Masters, baby. We're almost there. But let's take a break. Let's talk about the madness, what we have seen over Thursday and Friday in this first round of action, and what we plan to see today, not just in the tournament as a whole, but here in Portland today as well. Do that next year, Sports Saturday on the Fan Sports Network. Welcome back in Sports Saturday here. 105.1 The Fan, 1080 The Fan. I feel like my mic is about to fall off at any moment.
What's wrong with it? Oh, yeah.
It's just kind of
That's
loosey.
Real flaccid lately around here. What's going on?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
could have used another word for that.
We need a Cialis.
Yeah, something needs to happen. Things are it's just not working the way it's supposed to.
The flaccidity of the issues in the studio.
I'm just going to get my hands off this thing.
This never happens.
Before it falls off. Taking a look at my bracket right now. Your boys' Sweet 16 teams all still intact. We took some chances. I was hoping that McNeese was going to get a dub over Vanderbilt. That did not happen. Who else did I take? Who cares? Talking about your bracket, somewhat on the same line as your fantasy football team and your golf round.
It's true.
Those are the three sports things that if you talk about with other people, very rare you're going to get the other person to give two Fs about.
Oh, yeah.
Unless they go and say, hey, how's your bracket doing?
What does it look like?
Then that opens up
You can't just start the conversation.
How'd your fantasy football week go? Which I would say, I don't know if anybody's ever asked that question.
Oh, I ask all the time.
I don't know if
What'd
anybody.
you do in fantasy this week?
especially
Especially if I know that you're if you're in the mix, you're close, you're a game behind out of first place.
If you've ever asked that question. I feel like that's a question that's never been asked in the history of mankind.
Well,
hey, how was your week in fantasy football?
Well, honestly, you never talk about your team.
I mean,
so
back
I don't
in
know. I don't know who you had.
2005.
I'm telling you, people willingly just be like, oh, man, rough week in fantasy for me. And then you're like, oh, yeah? You give that whole response. Oh, is that right?
Sometimes I want to know who you had because now we can start trading, having conversations oh, yeah.
Stop.
I had, no, for real, I had A.J. Brown. He gave me 2 points. Yikes, man. Yeah, he's been trashed the last few weeks, man. I had him and I decided. So then you can start a whole conversation. So, yeah, I will talk about, fantasy during fantasy season.
Well, you're much nicer than I am.
And, I'm a champ over here. So, yeah, of course.
I looked on my ESPN app this morning, and unless you are one of the 195 perfect brackets remaining, and that's it right now after 2 days, out of the millions, I'm sure I don't expect you to open the conversation with that. If you're coming at me bro, guess what? My bracket is still effing perfect. This has never happened before. That I can totally buy into.
Yeah,
but
I
that's
will
one in a
listen to
million.
that.
Yeah.
If someone presents that to me, I'm like,
Show
And
me
honestly,
right now.
depending
Tell the
on
world.
depending on where they were, in the bracket or in the tournament, like I'm probably keeping it to myself because I don't want to jinx anything. At that point,
Yeah.
if you got a perfect bracket, the last thing you're going to do is go telling everybody, man, look, I got a perfect bracket so far. Man, I'm superstitious like that. I'm keeping that to myself until it's not a perfect bracket anymore.
So day one of the tournament, saw a couple things go down. Nothing too crazy outside of High Point beating Wisconsin, being I believe, the highest seed so far in this tournament to win a game. Or should I say lowest seed, if you want to be more correct on the vernacular there. They are the 12th ranked team out of the what region was that here? I'm scrolling. I'm looking all over the place. There's a billion. They are out of the West region, excuse me. Yeah, that was here in Portland. That was the game that was played here in Portland. They beat Wisconsin 83-82. Outside of that, the only other scare that we had big upset-wise on Thursday was Duke and Siena.
13-point deficit, sir.
The Siena Fighting Beethovens, what are they? They're the Saints. But they do have that Beethoven dog. What's the breed?
Saint Bernard.
Saint Bernard. Thank you. The Siena Saints. They aren't even the Saint Bernards. That's not fun.
I mean, Texas over BYU was, I guess that was an upset for a lot of folks.
That's 11 versus 6. So it's
Yeah.
funny, in my bracket, I thought that NC State was going to be the 11 seed team, so I ended up taking that 11 seed to go to the Sweet 16. But for ESPN, you get whoever is that 11 seed. So after Texas beat
There you go.
NC State on Tuesday or Wednesday, I was like, all right, I guess I'm a Longhorn fan now. I need them to get a big dub against BYU
Hook
and
'em
Gonzaga.
horns.
Let's go.
Hook 'em
Hook 'em.
horns.
Who would have known? But yeah, I mean, Duke, they were down by 11 points to Siena. That would have been the biggest upset in
for sure.
college basketball history.
My God.
For sure.
Not even just March Madness, history.
Coach K would have come out of retirement at that point.
Yeah.
Nope. Done.
John-
Never happening again.
John, you can go now. We're good here. We're good. What was the point spread on this? Duke was a 28.5 point favorite. That's wild. Yeah, I mean, there was part of me that, that first half, Duke down by 11, you're like, oh boy, that's not good. But I don't know if there was ever a part of me that felt like, dude, I think Siena's going to do this. Because then
Oh, really?
No.
I mean,
even
maybe
at
for
that,
a little.
Even at that point, I was like, boy, 11 points. Wow, Siena coming out. But it's only 11 points, and it's still Duke. And they did, and it basically played out exactly in the second half as I thought. Siena couldn't hit any more shots. Duke played a lot more under control and just ended up running them out of the building in the second half. They beat them by 17 in the second half.
I'm always so curious about what teams talk about at halftime when they're up big.
Is that one of
know,
those where the
like-
coach has to say anything? Or do you guys just go back into the locker room and all the players kind of just look at each other like,
Man, we're going to do this. We got this. I think that's kind of in the Blazers have.
oh, I was
know we'll
talking
talk
about the
this
Duke
later.
side.
No, I'm saying on the other side, I think you know what you have to do. Like you missed shots. Duke made more shots the second half. They played much better defense. They were able to rebound the ball. All the things that they didn't do well in the first half, they were able to clean up in the second half. And like you said, Siena couldn't make shots down the stretch, and so yeah, I think you just had a better, more talented basketball team, and they were able to respond better in the second half. I don't want to say it was coaching, but I mean, who knows what we said in the locker room to kind of get them motivated to go back out there. Either way, things, like I said, it looked real bleak in the first half for Duke, and they were able to pull it out. So that could be huge for them going forward.
yeah, now if you're TCU, you're probably pissed because now you have to play a Duke team that just damn near lost to Siena.
Now they're going to be on their P's and Q's, right? Now they're going to go into this game a little more focused because they know they almost let the last one go.
But hey, if I know Jamie Dixon, he'll have his boys ready there at TCU. Get him horned, frogs. Or Jamie Diamond, as Brandon Sprague would call him.
Wait, like Jamie Dimon, like the CEO of like a bank?
I don't know. Is there a Jamie Dimon?
There
That's
is.
the CEO of a bank? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like see Morgan and JP Morgan Chase or so. I always see him on like MSNBC.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Gotcha. That game, actually, that TCU-Ohio State game, that was the first game on Thursday. That came down to the end. That was a good little start to the madness, 66-64 for TCU over Ohio State. You also had, as far as upsets go, Texas A&M beating St. Mary's, the 10-7, 63-50. You had quite possibly the best player in the country get eliminated first round to Texas, 79-71. What a gross second half by BYU there to let Texas end up winning that one. But hell, I mean, there was one of those when I saw it's like, all right, BYU 6 seed, best player in the country. That's one of those like everyone zigs and he got a zag. That's why I ended up taking NC State, I guess, to be the 11 seed winning this game. Is just it's like, oh well, they have the best player in the country. They should at least win one game,
right.
you know.
Hey man,
I was like that 11-6 game, man. That's a trap.
I mean, 35 though, 35-10. Like you know,
he's nice.
He's
really nice.
You know, we'll see what he does. So you might have seen the best player in the country, like I said, but that usually the best player in the country doesn't win the championship, though.
No, it's rare that
it's very, very seldom that it's actually happened. Like it does happen, excuse me, but over the last few years, like who was the best player in the country? Anthony Davis. That was really the best player
that ran the table,
and then won
back. God, Blake Griffin before him too.
But did he win? He didn't win that championship.
Oklahoma didn't. Gosh.
So
right.
I'm talking about guys that got all the way there. So very seldom. The thing about all the number one picks, at least the ones that were in college, like did Duke win last year?
Kyrie Irving win one? Yeah, with Duke.
Did Duke win last year?
No. Duke did not win it last year. That was Florida.
No, that was Florida and Houston, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think maybe that
Florida.
Florida beat Houston in the championship. I'm trying to think of that 2015 maybe Duke team that had Jahlil Okafor. I don't know if he was like the best in the country. He was a really, really good player. I don't know if he was the bona fide like top whoever
was that was that the Embiid draft?
I don't know. God, I'm looking at this Duke roster from 2015.
It was one of those two.
Man, Grayson Allen was on that team.
Yeah, 8 NBA players from that 2015 Duke team.
Tyus Jones,
that won the national
Justice
championship.
Winslow. My God.
But also in the madness on Thursday, I took Louisville to lose against South Florida because Louisville was missing one of their best players.
Yeah,
and they ended up still winning that game. Those rat bastards.
Did you see Louisville in like a bunch of all the books pick'ems, like their pre-built parlays or boosts or whatever? You could get like, hey, put Louisville in your Elite 8 with all the other guarantees and get a bunch of like crazy odds. And I cannot believe it, but Louisville is alive. Like you can still make your money on that. It's nuts.
Then taking a look at yesterday's action, the lowest seeds to win a game yesterday, the 9 seed. There was no double-digit seed victories at all yesterday. The 9 seeds that won their games over the 8 seed yesterday was Utah State, was able to get the win. And then I believe it was Iowa. Yeah, Iowa and Utah State were the lowest seeds in the bracket to win. Santa Clara almost got the victory against Kentucky. Kentucky had to get a buzzer beater 3 at the end of regulation to tie it and then send it to overtime where they ended up pulling away and winning that one over the Broncos. But, yeah, I mean, yesterday it was essentially all chalk, which is kind of lame. A couple good games, but, again, for the most part, like when you're just getting, blowout wins. Alabama wins by 20. Virginia over 19 over Wright State. UConn crushed Purdue. Dog walked Queens. Iowa State. Tennessee State. I mean, it was just Florida beat Prairie View by 114-55.
Yeah, come on A&M.
Jesus,
come on A&M.
Yeah, so it was yesterday. I mean, there was some UCLA, UCF was good, but
Yeah, it wasn't a great day. The only thing that I kind of
don't know if I would use madness as an adjective to describe.
No,
yesterday.
It was like let's call it mayhem. Let's call
March
it,
meh.
Yeah, there we go.
March meh.
That's what that was yesterday. But the one thing I noticed, if you look around,
more like March midness.
There you go. There, look at Joe with the zingers.
I'm out of here.
All the knee slappers over here from Joe Fish. I love it, man. The one thing I noticed, if you look, all the 9 seeds beat the 8 seed.
All 9's got the win.
All 9's got the win.
Okay.
Which I mean, and that lets you know, like, that's one of those seeds. Like the 8-9 is like, man, it could really go either way. When you do that stuff. But like, yeah, it's not one of them won. Ohio State lost. Villanova lost. Who was the other one? Georgia, which was surprising. St. Louis.
Georgia got dog walked.
Who plays for St. Louis? that we
the
know
fighting
about.
Billikens? Oh, no one. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
mean, come on.
who's coming out of the draft for St. Louis?
I mean, come on. No one. But there's
What is
one.
a Billiken, by the way?
Is it like a ghost? That's what their mascot looks like. I don't know. What is a Billiken? Typing feverishly to find out. Right now, Michigan losing to these St. Louis Billikens 21-20 in the first half.
A mythical good luck figure, characterized by a mischievous smile, pointed ears, a plump belly, and a seated posture.
What? Are you serious right now?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, basically, it's a charm doll. That's according to AI, and then Wikipedia says it's a charm doll created by an American art teacher, and yeah, basically basing it on like this crude smile and a creepy looking bunny. But it's a good luck charm, apparently.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. They're almost like little Buddha dolls.
It almost looks like the Grinch, if you're on radio trying to visualize this, as a bunny. Like a white bunny, but with a Grinch smile. Imagine
That's
that.
creepy.
It's very creepy.
That's creepy. The Grinch had the creepiest smile.
Yeah, like I'm talking the 60s, the original cartoon
Yeah,
Grinch, and that
way
big
up
old,
here to your- yeah, man,
at the top of
creepy.
his cheeks.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah. That is that's got to be one of the more bizarre mascots in the country that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm sure I can look up the history and
Yeah,
find
let's
out.
change that.
But yeah,
I'll start a petition today.
I will say their mascot, yeah, it is creepy because they literally have like this dude dressed as this weird. It's not necessarily a bunny. He
He
almost
looks like a Chad with that jawline.
I know. I was good. Yeah, God, he actually reminds me of that little top of like Blaze the Trail Cat, like with the little thing going on top of his head. Yeah.
Blaze the Trail Cat.
Yeah, St. Louis, Michigan in action right now in the Midwest region. 21-20 St. Louis leads that. Today's action, you will have Louisville take on Michigan State at 11:45. TCU take on Duke, 2:15. Texas A&M, 10 seed, taking on Houston, 3:10. Here in the West region, here in Portland, 2 games today. You got Texas taking on Gonzaga. That is at 4:10. And then the nightcap is High Point versus Arkansas. That one at 6:45. You also have VCU, Illinois in the South region at 4:50. And Vanderbilt, Nebraska at 5:45. We are up against it. Let's take a quick break, but 2 things to get to. One of the teams that is playing in Portland today, and a player that played in Portland that will be playing tomorrow. Get to that next here on Sports Saturday. But first, Schultze with Sports Center Update.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Portland Trailblazers getting a big win over the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road last night, 108-104 the final. Denny Avdia, nice performance for him. 25 points, including a couple of threes. Jeremy Grant actually the one leading the way for Portland, 26 points, 4 of 9 from three-point land. Donovan playing at 21 points, 12 boards for him. It's the Blazers' 35th win of the season. They're now off today before heading off to Denver, taking on the Nuggets tomorrow afternoon. NCAA tournament round of 32 happening right now. You've already got the St. Louis Billikens leading the top-seeded Michigan Wolverines out of the Midwest region. 10 minutes to go in the first half there. 26-23 the lead for the Billikens right now. And, of course, back here in Portland at Moda later this afternoon, 3rd-seeded Gonzaga taking on 11th-seeded Texas. That's a 4:10 tip-off. You can watch it on True TV. And over to the PGA Tour, the Valspar Championship in progress right now. And you got Sungjae Im still at the top of the leaderboard. He gets going in about an hour and a half at 9 under to start his day. David Lipsky at 8 under in second place, getting going along with Sungjae Im. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schultze from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan Sports Network.
Welcome back into Sports Saturday. The lowest seed to win a game in the tournament. It belongs to High Point University.
Where?
Yes, where? Take a guess. This is as is tradition with March Madness. We get that one random school that we have never heard of win a game, and now we get to find out all this information about said school that we never knew before.
Love it.
Like the fact that there even is a High Point University. Do you care to guess where this High Point University is?
I do.
State-wise.
I do. High Point, I'm assuming that means like maybe altitude or something like that, potentially.
Could be.
I'm going to go Virginia.
Virginia, close, I will say. That's a close guess. Think East Coast, Rashad.
Think East Coast. I'm gonna go DC.
No, not DC. A little bit more south for the both of you.
Okay.
I think, if my geography is
Oh, we
correct.
going like Georgia or something?
A little bit more north than Georgia.
Tennessee?
A little bit more north than Tennessee, and to the right of Tennessee.
Isn't that Virginia? No, I don't know. I can't.
Wait.
Isn't that bad? I'm right.
Maybe my geography sucks.
No, I'm just kidding, dude.
Do I even know where this state
I have
is?
to look at a map of the.
Arkansas?
No, it is not Arkansas.
No, that's the wrong direction.
Yeah,
Damn it.
Nope, you're all over the place. You just needed to go one state further south, Jordan, and you would have been right. It is. They are in North Carolina. Come on and raise up.
Y'all come
Take
back
your
now.
shirt off.
Wait,
Twist around your head.
Swinging like a helicopter, bro.
Sort of like a helicopter. So yeah, they went 31-4 this year. Beat Winthrop, one of my personal favorite logos in all of college basketball, in the conference championship to win the game. Do you know who their head coach is at High Point?
Derek Fisher.
No, it is not.
Wrong.
It's
He
not
sucks.
Derek Fisher.
I give up.
It is a fella named Flynn Clayman, which actually.
That just-
What?
Did we go back to 1824?
His name is Flim.
Flynn Clayman?
Yeah, there was
Flynn.
another.
Flynn.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I was reading something earlier. There was another coach that was in this tournament that I forget. Who was the old Kentucky coach back before Calipari? God, it's killing me.
Oh my gosh.
It's no, it's not Billy Gillespie. Oh, I guess it was right before Billy Gillespie then.
I mean, you're talking to Patino, Tubby Smith. Which one?
Tubby Smith.
Thank you. Okay,
yeah.
I was
Tubby
like,
Smith,
which
thank
one?
you.
Where are
Tubby
we going
Smith
here?
is in this tournament, actually, or was in the tournament with Kentucky all those years. He used to coach at High Point, so he's not the current coach, but he was the coach at High Point before this Flynn Clayman guy took over. I will say that the fun part of famous alumni at High Point, very slim pickings. Because that's a Sports Saturday tradition here, is looking
went
at
there?
who went there, who are some of the notable alumni. I'm going to tell you right now, their total student body, graduates or undergrads and postgrads, take a guess at that number of how many total students, undergrads and postgrads, High Point University has.
I'm gonna say
690.
690 total students.
That's it. We're talking a private school, baby.
It is a private school, but they have a lot more than 690 students.
I'm gonna say.
I thought you were asking like average per year.
Let's
or
say like
something,
No,
like,
total students.
total students. I'd say like 15,000.
15,000. Total students, 6,335.
Very small school.
That is
Okay.
it.
That's a little bit more than a high school.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, how big is a graduating class then? That's what I thought you were asking.
Well, college graduating classes are like, man,
I mean, you could take that
300
number,
people.
take that number divided by
Four.
I guess.
Ish,
You know,
maybe 5.
Saying that, so probably like 1,000. 1,000 people graduating per
tiny.
year. Yeah.
Oh, college graduations are the worst.
Oh God, yeah. I mean,
Like I love them.
graduations in general.
It's a
let's just-
great opportunity. It's a great thing. But man, if you're my last name is Taylor.
Oh, you're there
Schultz.
for a while. Yeah. We are hanging out for a while. Can
Man.
you just show up, like half hour late?
Well, in high school,
Yes.
they didn't just let you walk out. You're there for a while. Like even if your name was A, you had to go back and sit down.
I'm a firm believer that there's no need for any commencement speeches from any teachers or any special anybody at graduation.
Yeah, the kids getting the fluff and like
don't need none of
you're
that.
awesome. No, we don't need any more of that.
Let's go.
They can get it on TikTok now.
Just for context, too, University of Wisconsin, who High Point is playing today, they have a total student body as of 2024. This number was pulled of just over 48,000. So about 8 times more
At tracks, yeah.
than High Point. And again, the notable alumni.
7 people.
It is very, very slim pickings on this one. And excuse me, the reason I brought up Tubby Smith, his alma mater was High Point as well.
Oh.
So he coached there, but he also went.
So is he the
High
most
Point.
famous alumni from High Point?
It's
He's probably up there.
probably, honestly. Looking at it, Cody Allen, MLB pitcher.
Barely know
All
him.
right.
I recognize the name.
I recognize the name.
It's in alphabetical order, and that was the first name that popped up. I was like, I know Cody Allen.
He's
He
like
played-
some relief pitcher, right?
He played for the Cleveland Indians.
Yes, he did.
I remember that very well. A guy named Dick Kohler.
Yes, please.
Cool name.
Austin Dillon, who drives the number 3 car in NASCAR. I recognize that name.
I don't.
But
That's great.
well, I just recognize him because he drives the number 3. Rest in peace, D.E. Dale Earnhardt. Jagger Jones, professional racing driver. That's a pretty cool name, though.
So it seems like there's a theme
And
of people that go to High Point.
Donna Fargo, an American country singer from like the 70s. Don't know that. No.
Donna Fargo. No, I don't think I. Wow.
John Gillespie, a Republican who represents the 97th district in the Tennessee House of Representatives.
Oh, he went there?
Oh, of course. Yes.
Oh, Johnny.
Oh, yeah. He skyrockets right up to the top of the list.
Johnny old so-and-so.
the pipes are coming.
Gene Littles. Jacqueline Harold Lucas.
Who are
This
these
is not
people, dude?
these are not notable names. Like
Medal of Honor recipient Jacqueline Harold
well,
Lucas.
I guess
Watch
he-
your mouth.
I guess he's okay.
Yeah. How dare you?
He's okay.
All these
Sons of
people
bitches.
sound like upper crust or like weirdos from like the past. Yeah, like I don't get it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. There ain't a whole lot going on here
think
at High
Tubby Smith
Point.
is
So
the
go to High
I
Point. You
think-
will be the most famous person to ever go there.
Yeah, I think Tubby Smith might just take the cake on most famous, notable High Point University.
And if
alum.
his name was Timothy and not Tubby, then we probably wouldn't.
Do you know what his real
feel that
name
way.
is?
Oh, I have no idea.
Orlando Henry, nickname Tubby Smith.
No,
Yeah, call me Tubby.
if he went by Orlando Smith, he would have gotten as high as an assistant coach.
I know one cool Orlando, and that's Orlando Williams. Outside of that, like, not a whole lot of cool Orlandos.
Take a quick break, get back on the clock, and we're going to talk about a specific player that had himself quite a day yesterday, breaking the hearts of one blue blood, and also making a name for himself, a Portland local. But also leads into the question of how pissed should this fan base be, and is this acceptable to them? Do that next year. Sports Saturday on the Fan Sports Network.
Hi.
Welcome back in Sports Saturday. Yep, still trying to find a tea time for today, and it's slim pickings.
Bruh.
And my friend is, I texted him, I'm like, hey, dude, I effed up. I didn't end up booking that tea time. And he's just like, oh, damn, it's okay. What can I do to help? And I'm just like, don't do that. Don't
be supportive right now, man. Be pissed.
Yeah, come on. I mean.
Be pissed. You idiot, Joe. You had one job. Like, why couldn't you do that? Not, man, how do you feel right now?
Yeah,
you trying to do 9 or 18 today?
Trying to get 18 in.
Oh, you stupid.
The long ride,
stupid
huh?
Man.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
You could have slipped 9 in today, probably. Like,
I can get 9. Yeah, there's plenty of
Go to
options
Glendevere.
available. Well, no, it's
Just saying.
I'm mad at myself.
On a tea time.
Well, and then my home course, Salem, Glen, and Newburgh, I could definitely get in at looks like 150 there, but they just punched their greens the other day. They're aerating their greens. Do you know,
okay.
Do you know what that is?
I assume they're fixing the grass.
They punch holes in the green to get airflow to aerate it.
Yeah, okay.
Joe, I am looking.
So it's that time of year where courses are doing that, and I texted the GM at Salem Glen the other day. I'm like, hey, when do you guys punch greens? And he's like, we're actually doing it right now. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Looks like you're going to Top Golf then, huh?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That is one thing I will not do with my money.
that kind of died, didn't it?
I will give it to A. I will give it to a golf course. I ain't giving it to Top Golf. That's for sure.
I'm looking at Charbonneau, by the way. You can get 18-hole tee time there.
Yeah, I think that might end up being the play.
Yeah.
Charbonneau's a solid track.
It is. It's a good go-to.
Solid little track. Yeah. Also, in college basketball yesterday, I got a very demonstrative, just all caps exclamation marks text from Rashad Taylor yesterday. On Thursday. It was on Thursday night. I get a text at 6:51. All caps, T effing Hill, PDX. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm guessing it has something to do with the tournament, so I went and looked up. Rashad, he's plugged in. He knows what kids from Portland, from this area, are at what schools. There was some kid playing at Vermont for the last 4 or 5 years. Rashad knew who he was. He's plugged in. He knows where these cats are at, because I had no idea that there was a kid from Roosevelt playing for Virginia Commonwealth who goes off for 34 points, and it leads the comeback against North Carolina to get the first round victory. Terrence Hill Jr.
Hey, man, there's certain people.
You know Terrence personally?
I do.
There you go.
I do. Number one, great kid. Great young dude and everything. He's always had like a really humble attitude about himself. He's one of them dudes that he's been cold since the day he could walk. Basically, like I remember in 8th grade, there was this shout out to a place called Self Enhancement, which I worked for like 10 years, but they did this basketball camp they do every year, and all the best kids in town typically come to this 1-week camp. It's free, so if you can hoop or if you can't hoop, if you just want to come and have a good time and everything like that, it is competitive. But as an 8th grader, he came to the high school camp and dominated, and I'm talking about dominated high school cats that. The kid from, that went to Vermont and everything, he was there, and this kid more than held his own. His freshman year at the Les Schwab tournament, he was first team all tournament. He had like 3 games straight where he had like 35 points. Like as a freshman in the Schwab, like I'd never seen nothing like that. Like he has been real forever. The last game I saw him in was in the state championship game against a couple of my cousins that played for Central Catholic, and man, he showed out. To watch him do what he did. Really, if you go back, like he's been their leading scorer all year. They've lost won all but 7 games.
Does he come off the bench every game?
You know what? I think it was just that game because he is their leading scorer.
Yeah.
He is their leading scorer.
He's
their leader assist, getter. So
yeah, I read that he's their leading scorer, but he came off the bench against North Carolina. I'm like, wait, is their leading scorer their 6th man? Because I love that.
If it is, like that makes it even more impressive. But I honestly haven't followed much of his season, but that really, I've seen that before. I've seen that come back before. He is not shy to shoot. It's almost kind of, and I don't know how people are going to take this because I mean this in the very, very, very best way. When Anthony Simons got really hot at points and just come down, he just like, yep, let it go. Just shoot it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's exactly what he is. And so it was not shocking to see what he did. And so I'm excited to watch him through the rest of the way because, man, there's so many good players. I'll tell Joe every single time I come in, bro, you're going to go to the You going to go to the state tournament for basketball? Or are you going to come watch this high school game with me? I'm saying that because right now we have so many good young players that are here in the state of, not even the state of Oregon, but it's in the city of Portland. There's so many cold young dudes and so many cold young girls. Like, you got to see them. And so that's why, it always makes me proud to be able to see a guy like T. Hill Jr., because he has a younger brother that plays for Roosevelt, and he's nice. Like, so it's one of them things, but I think that he's going to do great things. He is an NBA point guard. I believe he's an NBA point guard. He's 6'3", he can shoot, he can get to the rack. He's got an ability to finish left or right once he gets there. Like, he's a real deal. So I was super, super proud of him.
Looking at his basketball reference page, again, we're talking about Terrence Hill Jr., kid from Roosevelt High School, sophomore for Virginia Commonwealth, led the team in points against North Carolina, and he was the leading scorer for Virginia Commonwealth this year, VCU, at 14.9 points per game. He played in 35 games this year, only started 2. So he is their leading scorer. That's crazy. Coming off the bench.
In the Atlantic 10 champ.
That's got to be a great feeling to be like, I'm a bucket getter and I can pour it in and I'm coming off the bench. Like,
imagine if he started me. Like, what would he do?
There's part of that, but like, is it better to be able to like, oh yeah, he's a good offensive weapon as a starter, or coming off the bench, this dude is like Jay Crawford and
because
can just go off
exactly
and cook you for 15 straight.
That's right there is probably the best comp that he's gotten is Jamal Crawford.
Yeah.
The way he can handle the ball and his ability to shoot the ball, Jay Crawford is probably the best.
Yeah.
That you saying that is probably the best comparison that he would have, especially coming off the bench. And again, let's just be real. A lot of guys that are in the second unit, let's be honest, aren't as good as the guys in the first unit. A la Jeremy Grant when he was coming off the bench and torching people towards the beginning of the season. Now you got a guy in T. Hill that's just coming off your bench, and there's nothing you can do about it because you're not quick enough to stay in front of him. He can still shoot from super deep. Like, he's gonna be a problem. Like, he's gonna be a real problem.
Well, I think that my Oregon Portland high school basketball, the consumption of those games, that product, if you will, that's going to start increasing over the next.
You're
going to
get real invested here.
As long as Joey the Fourth ends up sticking with it and playing basketball, I'll obviously end up going to his games, but I'll be keeping an eye a little bit more on some of these kids that he's been playing against since 6th grade. Because there's some kids last season, this season, 6th, 7th grade where I'm like, that's one
you
right
got
there.
You got it.
I'm going to remember you because you're going to be cooking some kids in high school.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So shout out to T. Hill. Shout out to his parents, man. Shout out to VCU. Like, this is what the tournament is all about,
Classic
man.
VCU, man.
But this is why we love this tournament. This is, these Cinderella stories, these heartbreaks. Like, no one thought North Carolina would be sent home first round by VCU.
Well, I'm sure there were some bragging.
I'm sure there were some that kind of did it.
If
you're a Duke fan, you definitely had North Carolina losing in the first round.
It's very VCU-like for them to get a first-round upset.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
That's very fair.
But I do want to flip it to the other side of this matchup with North Carolina, because North Carolina choked a 19-point lead in this game and ended up losing in the first round. And I believe this is we're in year 6 of Hubie's tenure there at North Carolina, right? Or was it, what year was that
is this 6?
Roy Williams walked away?
Time is just flying by. If this is year 6,
I think
year 5.
I think it might be, dude. Like, it's been a few years that he's been there now. I'm looking. Oh, I'm on his basketball reference page and it's giving me his NBA stats. I don't want that. Damn it. But with North Carolina,
2021 is when Roy Williams retired.
2021. So this is year 4 then?
4 or 5, yeah.
I just gotta wonder how many more years, because they got close. I think with the first year that Hubie was there as head coach, they went to the national championship game. But then after that, it's been very meh. These are the last few years. So again, first year that Hubie is there, basically with Roy Williams' team, he goes to the national championship game. After that, he goes as the number 1 team in the country to start the season, North Carolina. preseason favorite 22 in the 2022-2023 season. They are the number 1 team preseason. They end up the season not even going to the tournament that year. Unranked, not even going to the tournament after being the number 1 preseason team. The next year, 23-24, they lose in the regional semifinals. So that would be the Sweet 16 matchup. So they lose in the Sweet 16. Last year, they were preseason number 9. They lose in the first round. They don't even finish ranked. And then this year, preseason top 25, got as high as number 11. And again, they lose in the first round, blowing a 19-point lead. So we are now in year 5 of Hubert Davis. How many more seasons does he have left of doing things
0.
like this before North Carolina's like, okay, we should probably I mean, I understand it's very hard to replace Roy Williams, one of the best coaches of all time, but you're not even close to replacing him. Like, again, the first season you went to the national championship game immediately after he left. So that's a lot of his dudes that he recruited. We are now a full recruiting cycle into Hubert Davis's tenure at North Carolina. I'm giving him 2 to 3 seasons more because I feel like college basketball coaches get a little bit more of a leash.
They'll hang on to him.
I'm giving him like 2 to 3 seasons more of disappointing endings to the season, not even getting to the Elite Eight or Final Four before they pull the chute on this Hubert Davis. I haven't looked at recruiting classes. I don't know what that looks like for North Carolina over the next couple of years. Honestly, kind of doesn't really matter now with the transfer portal and how things work. Like, for example, Pitt's my team. They have a great recruiting class coming in next year. That could nullify itself immediately after next year because those kids can transfer out. So, again, I ask you, Rashad, Jordan, listeners out there, 503-864-6326, how much longer is North Carolina going to be willing to put up with first-round exits and disappointing endings to seasons? Because I feel like it's not that much longer.
I don't.
You're saying that basically hot seat already.
I mean, it's half a decade of being a really mid college. You basically feel like a mid major as far as how you've performed in the postseason and during the regular season. Like North Carolina, I feel like the shine is worn off a long time ago. Like this is not the same Tar Heel team that we're used to seeing. I can't even think about how many NBA guys have actually come out of North Carolina in the last little bit
since Hubert took over.
Yeah, like who are his, Dayron Sharp, 29th pick, Walker Kessler, 20
Caleb Love.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, all right.
Blazers legend.
Yeah,
Caleb
Love, but I'm saying as far as first round picks, they've had 2 since 2021.
Oh yeah, I mean first round picks.
They've had North Carolina, the Tar Heels have had
Cole
2.
Anthony from North Carolina.
He is, but he's been in the league for
Roy Williams.
A while.
Oh damn, wow,
and I think he just didn't he get waived by somebody here a little bit ago or cut?
I think so. Yeah.
He did, yeah.
So again, their best player over the last few years has been Cole Anthony, and again, no disrespect to Cole, and also I got to give. Where did Harrison Barnes go? He went to North Carolina too, right?
He did.
Yeah. So outside of that, and he didn't play for him. So yeah, I think it's half a decade, man.
What's Luke May up to?
Nothing.
What?
Luke May? He was a part of that championship team.
Oh, Sean May?
No. Luke May. Remember the big white guy for North Carolina like 8 years ago? Their last national championship that they won, it was the year after Villanova hit the game winner.
Okay.
North Carolina then won the national championship. I believe they beat Kansas in that national championship
That's
game.
right.
But, I mean, if you go back and look
that was that last second shot. That was at the... Was that 3-point shot to end the game?
No, that was Villanova. Villanova beating North Carolina to win the national championship. The following year, North Carolina won the national championship. Because if you look up that roster, it's the most like, wait, what? This team? I completely forgot about this.
2017?
Yeah, 2016, 2017 season, North Carolina.
So again, almost 10 years since your team has competed for a national championship, even close to the national championship. Elite Eight is still a very, very good benchmark for the year.
Well, if I'm North Carolina, it's bare minimum Sweet 16 every single year.
Hubert Davis was an assistant under Roy Williams for quite a bit right before he took over.
Yeah.
I would assume that gives him like a bit longer of a leash. Like it's like, okay, yeah, we want a Sweet 16 minimum, but man, if it's the guy taking over for Roy Williams, and you've been there for so long, you get like a decade in college basketball, which in my opinion is probably too long. But at what point do you say, okay, we're going to break away from tradition here at UNC and go grab maybe one of these young coaches up and coming like, oh, hey, I just led an upset in the NCAA tournament. We see it every year. Is North Carolina going to all of a sudden get into that, coaching carousel? It's kind of up to where they want to go. Do they want to stick with tradition or maybe take a chance on a young gun?
I understand if you're Oregon State and you let go of Wayne Tinkle after X amount of years because you get no traction, no real anything from there. You had some success, but
you had an elite appearance.
You had some success, but not enough to really sustain you for a long time. I can understand that because you're Oregon State. Nobody really expected much, but when you're North Carolina and now you're completing, it's not just a thing about tradition anymore. Now NIL is a big thing. You got to have a reason for students to really want to come there and win, and right now it doesn't look like it. Like I don't even know who plays for North Carolina that would be even NBA worthy, and I could be wrong. And again, I don't watch as much college basketball as the two of you, but who's come to North Carolina over the past 5 seasons that's like, oh yeah, they're the one?
I know we got to get out of here, but
we had Armando Bacot. Yeah, he was nice for a couple. Armando Bacot.
Oh yeah.
Big down low fella for North Carolina. It was like 2-3 years ago when they made it to the Sweet 16.
I thought, didn't they make a Final Four?
They in Hubert Davis's first year they went to the national championship game. Since then, they have not gone further than the Sweet 16.
And I would put that more on the cupboard that Roy Williams left him stocked. Right? Is that kind of the general consensus?
Well, to me,
probably
he's a full recruiting cycle with this program now, and they have 2 first-round exits and then a Sweet 16 to show for it.
You do have a Sweet 16
and a preseason number 1 where you ended up not even going to the tournament and being unranked by that. Like that to me that's 3 of 4 seasons that are ending way below expectations.
And I think the reason he's going to stay is because the other season meant going to the national championship and then being a part of the Sweet 16. So I think that's why you got 3 trash seasons, and then the 2 that weren't trash, you got relatively close. So if anything, if they hold on to him, it's because they're holding on to hope that those 2 seasons weren't just kind of flukes.
Well, this could also just be one of those that, as we mentioned with college basketball, coaches getting a little bit longer of a leash, is that the parity and the season-by-season differences of teams that do make those runs, go to Sweet 16s, Elite 8s, Final Four. Like, it's just going to be – there's going to be more turnover as far as teams that are making those runs versus, like, really you can only bank on Duke nowadays to be that team that it's like they should be in the Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four every single year with who they're getting. But
yeah,
I feel like North Carolina is one of those programs, man. Well, it's one of those blue bloods where it's like you and I should be able to jump in as a head coach at North Carolina.
Duke doesn't
and
have
get
this
a
problem.
top 10 recruiting team.
Duke doesn't have this problem. They are just as much of a blue blood as North Carolina.
They almost had this problem on Thursday.
And Duke, they did, but they didn't. But Duke doesn't have this problem. Like they continue to get a Cooper Flag. The next year they get a Cameron Boozer. Like so, they do that.
We are way up against it. But, having a good convo, you keep it going, so it's all good. Take a break. We got hour number 2 coming up. We got some NBA stuff to get to. Blazers, the 8 seed, the 65-game rule, a couple injuries this week that are putting that in the spotlight, and then we'll figure out what to do the rest of the way. It's Sports Saturday, hour number 2 coming up here on The Fan.
Hey, it's Dusty.
From the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Portland Trail Blazers getting their 35th win of the season last night. 108-104 the final over the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road. Big games for Jeremy Grant, 26 points, leading the way in scoring for Portland. Denny Avdia with 25, and a big game for Donovan Clingan, 21 points, 12 boards, also picking up 3 blocks in the win. The Blazers off today before heading off to Denver to face the Nuggets tomorrow afternoon. After that win, they are currently sitting at 8th in the Western Conference, half a game ahead of the Los Angeles Clippers. Over to the college hardwood, one game going on of note in the NCAA tournament right now. The top-seeded Michigan Wolverines out of the Midwest region beating number 9 St. Louis 48-39 after being down by 5 at our last check, once again at the half. And Gonzaga later on here back at Moda Center in Portland taking on number 11 Texas. That's a 4:10 tip out of the West region on True TV. PGA Tour Valspar Championship action happening right now. Sungjae Im on top of the leaderboard at 9 under. He gets going along with second place David Lipsky. Lipsky at 8 under. Once again, they'll get going at about 10:55. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schultze from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7 after Isaac and Souk on the Fans.
Welcome in, hour number 2 here is Sports Saturday on the Fan Sports Network. Joe Fisher III, Rashad Taylor the 5th.
The first.
Oh.
The one and only.
Jordan Schultz the 2nd.
Not quad fisting corn dogs today.
No. Yeah, that was.
You were asking where that comes from. That was it was a tournament, a golf tournament somewhere. I don't know.
It sounded like that or a minor league baseball game, I'll be honest.
I don't know if it was PGA or the DP Tour.
Corn Ferry. It sounds a lot like the Corn Ferry.
I think the Corn Ferry Tour should have corn dogs on deck.
Like, we've got the corn dog eating competition. We've got the hot dog eating competition. My God.
But glad to be here on a Saturday with all of you out there. If you are listening, thank you so much. 503-864-6326 is our text line. You can reach us there, or you can jump on youtube.com/@1051thefan. Hour number 2 here. We got some Blazers stuff to get to because, by God, they're the 8th seed in the Western Conference.
Man,
believe it or not, especially with this last week of play where it seems like, yeah, they're winning, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the most boring week of Blazers basketball where, like, they get beat by the 76ers, whatever. But then you go and play the Nets and the Pacers. I guess getting the win against the Timberwolves, that's a good dub.
I mean,
that's a good dub in Minnesota. Keeping them to 104. That's solid.
Without their two best players, 2 of the best players.
Hey,
I'm saying, like, I mean, and that's
not. We don't talk about that part.
Oh, we have to. That's an important part. No, I mean, it's been a really weird week, like you said. Like, I don't know if Blazer fans have
the most inconsequential week.
Yeah, right. I don't know if Blazer fans have ever felt so, like, low about a 3-game win streak. Like, I mean, they won, but you know what I mean? Like,
you played the Nets and the Pacers, and then, as you mentioned, a Timberwolves team, well, yes, it was at Minnesota, was resting a couple of their best players. So, again, it's just kind of
you almost lost. Like, you almost lost. You were up. The Blazers,
like,
the Blazers have this weird thing about going into halftime or going into the third quarter Like they'll be up like 15,
You sound
19.
like my wife, and I love it.
They
Every time she's like, "What's with the third
Yeah,
quarter?"
they go, no, it's not even quarter. It's to end the second. They'll be up big, like 15, 19 going into the half. And then all of a sudden that 19-point lead, that 15, 13, now it's like 9. And then they come out of halftime. Now the lead is completely gone, and now you're fighting for your life for the rest of the fight. It's become kind of their staple. And then I think Lamar Hurd even kind of alluded to it as like, man, teams aren't afraid of the Blazers getting a lead on you. They know they can come back.
Yep.
They know they don't have the defense, or they know they don't have the playmaking to make sure they can kind of keep that separation there. It's like, so they can get a big lead we've seen it up to 20 points and seen that lead erased within a few possessions. So that happened again yesterday. Luckily, they pulled it out. But again, this is a much different story if Anthony Edwards or Naz Reid is on the floor.
That whole basketball is a game of runs argument, it really comes into play when the Blazers just end up giving up a lead going into the third quarter like you're talking about every time, because it seems like they'll be shooting the lights out for a quarter or the first half, and then, in the third at some point they'll have like an 0 of 6 stretch, or they'll turn the ball over 3 times in a row. It's like freaking clockwork, and I don't understand. Somebody explain to me, like, these are the top of the top athletes. How can a professional sports team go 0 of 7 in a 3-minute stretch every night or every other night? It boggles my mind. Yes, basketball's hard, okay? Come at me. Oh, this is hard. They're defending. They're trying. Come on. Make a shot. And this is happening quite consistently the last few seasons for the Blazers. So you're right. They got lucky last night, but I agree it would have been a different story if Ant were on the floor for Minnesota.
Well, they are the 8th seed.
They are.
That said, right?
They are now the 8th seed because the LA Clippers, while the Blazers are winning games against bad teams or good teams that are out some dudes, the Clippers went and probably had an even worse week. They lost to the Kings, and then lost to the Spurs, whatever, one of the best teams in the country in the NBA, and then you lost back-to-back games to the Pelicans in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's tough.
That is uninspired, my friend.
But I think the Blazers lost to the Pelicans in New Orleans.
We definitely did lose to the Pelicans earlier this year, 100%.
So.
And the Mavericks, they're going to take on the Clippers will take on the Mavericks today at 5:30,
which should be a dub for them, but
hey, Cooper Flag could go off. He's playing.
Clay played hoop the other game too, so who knows?
But the Blazers, they are now at 35-36. 11 games left to go. They are the 8th seed. Let's take a look at what their schedule looks like this week before we jump on air next week. Also talk about, does getting the 7 seed or does that do anything for you? Just getting back to the playoffs and having that little feather in your cap, does that do anything for you as a fan base?
I'll tell you why it scares me when we come back.
All right. Do that. Talk about, again, the 65-game rule, some more NBA stuff when we come back here on Sports Saturday.
When getting the job done.
Blazers in action tomorrow. Take a look at they only got 11 games, Rashad. I believe you said they would get to 40. I said they would get to 38. They are currently at 35 total wins.
I still think 40's in the. I think 40 is in the, in sight.
Well, let's do a little Mike Francesca win, loss. That's a win. That's a loss. The last
How could they beat them?
11 games.
That's a good one, Jordan.
By the way, I think Mike Francesca had a really old man sports moment this week where he basically was.
He's been having those for 10 years already.
Oh, yeah, here it was. I'll get to here in a
It's
second.
the same New York sports host that fell asleep on the air during an interview, by the way.
If we have the
Who
audio.
are they interviewing?
I believe it was a sports writer about like the Mets, if I'm not mistaken.
A sports writer about the Mets. When was this?
Early morning. They
Yeah,
had an early morning
sorry.
show at the time.
Sorry.
Mag and the Mad Dog. Yeah.
All right, I think I'm gonna pull this audio and we'll play it in the next segment because Mike Francesca.
Mike Francis, just I don't understand.
But a national treasure nonetheless.
Oh, him and Mad Dog are literally the reason why we are doing what we're doing right now.
Sports radio legends. Tomorrow they go. They finish up the road trip at Denver. They'll be taking on the Denver Nuggets at 2:00.
That's not
You can actually
good.
watch that on NBA TV.
I will stream it because I'm not buying NBA TV.
You know what I'm doing tomorrow? I'm throwing down in the kitchen tomorrow.
I thought about grilling some stuff.
I got nothing to do, so I'm gonna make a rack of ribs. I'm gonna make some jalapeno poppers. I'm gonna make some spinach
bacon wrapped
some-
jalapeno poppers.
It's possible. We'll see. I don't know if I have bacon, but I do have already cooked bacon because I'm going to make a bacon spinach ranch pinwheels with some cream cheese.
Yeah.
My girlfriend made those for me one time. Oh my God, crushed them.
I was thinking about making pinwheels with just some flank steak and some other stuff. I feel like that sounds like fire. I haven't done that in a while.
They will take on Denver tomorrow at 2:00, and then they will come back home and play Brooklyn.
Dub.
Then Wednesday they will take on Milwaukee.
Giannis playing?
That's a loss.
Loss, win, loss.
Yeah, if Giannis-
I have no idea. We'll find out Wednesday. Because at this moment in time, he very well could be. And then Wednesday comes along and my tummy hurts.
Yeah, it's a little hard to in the NBA play this game, unfortunately.
And then they will take on Dallas on Friday. So they're next. And then after that, they take on the Washington Wizards.
Win.
They'll go to LA to take on the Clippers. There's 2 more games against the Clippers with this Blazer squad. They got a game against New Orleans still. So this next week and a half of games.
Go 4-1, right?
They've got some win by 38 right now, Rashad. Your 40 is looking a little bit tastier at this moment.
And watch them get 37. Just because we're expecting them to
Dude,
do
if
something
they went
right
2-9 the rest of the way, oh my God.
Just limped into the playoffs. That would
Watch,
go to the play-in.
they'll go 2-9, beating San Antonio somehow and getting one of these wins against Denver. Because they played Denver twice as well down the stretch. So that will be their 2. They'll lose all the games that they're supposed to win, but somehow beat 2 of the better teams.
It's going to come down to the last game of the season to see if they make the play-in.
Blazers,
Memphis is going to make a crazy run. But, no, I mean, as you look at the schedule, again, we looked at a bunch of games that, on paper, they should win, right?
If you're not beating the Nets, what are we doing?
No,
I don't know if you see what the Nets are throwing out there
Or
on
the
a night-to-night
Wizards.
basis.
But they've already lost to the Wizards, have they not? Or they beat the Wizards? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
They've lost to some crappy teams.
They lost to
this
some
year.
pretty bad teams this year, and I think the
Not
Wizards
the
might be
Pellies,
one of
but
them.
maybe the Wizards.
But, yeah, no, I mean, you get this game against Brooklyn, you get the one against Dallas and Washington, all the teams you should beat. The Clippers look like they're on a bit of a slide. If you can, beat those teams, and, I think you can finish with maybe even 41 wins, if you play your cards right. 6 more games
500.
out of the 11 left.
Yeah.
If they go, out of the 11 they have left, they go 6-5.
Then you're finishing
I'm okay
at
with
41-41, 500 on the year.
Hey, I'm good with that.
Joe, to address my tease, can I tell you why I want the Blazers to go 2-9 over the next week and a half or 2 or 3 weeks-ish, however long the rest of the season is?
Sure.
I
Color me interested.
I am very scared that the Blazers, if they do have this success, and it's not like that I don't want to see growth from the players' end, so please, let's not, come at me and be like, oh, you just want them to suck? No. But I am very scared that the organization will take this success and turn it into a reason. I know there's new ownership. I don't know what they're going to do going forward, but I don't want this success to be a reason that we say, let's give Tiago Splitter another go as the head coach. That run and the defensive prowess that the Blazers made in the second half of the season, right around end of January, February, 11-1, or whatever they were in a stretch of 12 games, they played really well. They looked great on defense. That got Chauncey Billups a 4-year extension. We all weren't really in on Chauncey up to that point. And then the organization themselves took another chance on the guy that is now basically 2 trials away from sitting in a jail cell, all right? Did they know that? That's another conversation, but the point is, I don't want the Blazers to be put into a situation again where they've got a limited stretch of time to work with evaluating a coach and taking a chance on whether or not, like, the future of their organization should be this guy. I feel like they've got to go get somebody with experience, and I am really scared. I want them to succeed, sure, but I'm really scared that this success would make Joe Cronin, Tiago's kind of interesting. I don't want to see that. Get Mike Malone in here yesterday, please.
So we talked about this last week about, as far as what they should do with their head coaching position in the future. Does Tiago not get any credit for possibly leading this team to a 41-41 season when he wasn't even expected to be?
I give more to Nate Bjorkson, honestly. I do.
You don't give anything to Tiago Splitter being a head coach unexpectedly, literally one game into the season,
Tiago is
and being able to
figurehead.
manage things to where they get to
Tiago is a figurehead that reads box scores at the end of games. Go listen to a press conference post-game, Joe. Seriously, he doesn't add much context. He's like, he shot the ball a lot to 24 points. It's not full of... I need knowledge. I need to hear some of the reasons why you're thinking what you're thinking, Tiago. Please.
Tiago Splitter, a box score reader, not doing anything else.
I agree with some of what you're saying. But again, I'm one of those people that I have to consider the entirety of everything. Tiago Splitter didn't use the guys that he was supposed to have most of the season. Drew Holiday missed a lot of the season. Jeremy Grant missed a lot of the season. Now you get Scoot Henderson missed most of the season. Then your guys that you expected to be defensive stoppers for you missed most of the season. And Blake Wesley didn't play. Thibault didn't play. Like, all these different pieces that you're supposed to have that are supposed to work together basically weren't there. And then you went through a stretch for like 10 games where Denny was in and out and stuff like that.
Who's still not 100%.
And the entire time you've done that, like, this interim coach has been able to keep his team afloat and in the mix of the play-in tournament, which most teams, if all those guys are hurt, like, they're mailing it in for the year. And he had them playing hard. Last night he ran a play. The 6 seconds left, the 6 seconds on the shot clock, end of the game, and he ran a play for Jeremy Grant for that 3-pointer off of 2 screens, coming around to that corner. I was like, that's a great coaching play. Mark Jackson couldn't do that. When it was time for Steph Curry, that's why they got rid of him, because at the end of the day, when it's time for me to draw up an inbound play or something like that to end the game or to hopefully win the game, he didn't really have that like that. So Tiago was able to pull that out last night and go, and I think the announcers even kind of alluded to it, like, hey, man, great call by Tiago. Great. Like, I think there's something to be said about a guy who played for Greg Popovich, won a championship with Greg Popovich, played with great point guards like Tony Parker, played with a great big man like Tim Duncan, and can tell guys like Donovan Clingan, stand here, do this, do more of this, do everything like that. So I think there's something to be said about the job he's done right now. Is he Mike Malone? No. But in his first year in the NBA, he's got a team that was basically in the toilet in the play-in, and potentially good chance, like, if they end up with the 8 seed, you play the 7 seed in the play-in, you could end up as a 7 seed. Like, nobody expected that. So I'm going to give him a little bit more of a leash.
Making some good points.
In his first year, he did much better than Chauncey was able to do. Now, mind you, I think his squad was much better than Chauncey's was in his first year, but, I mean, nobody expected the Blazers to be this competitive at this point in the year.
Well, what I'd love to know, and we'll probably maybe get this answer more in depth when the season ends, but, like, Tiago Splitter was brought in to help develop the big guys. I'm sorry, but I don't know what player has made a bigger jump from year 1 to year 2 than Donovan Clingan in the
Great
NBA.
point.
Oh man, he's awesome.
Like he is third in total rebounds, second or third. He is.
I think he's first in offensive boards in the
He's
league.
probably top 3 in blocks as well. Actually, I have it up right here. He is 6 in blocks. 1.6. He's tied for 5th with Isaiah Stewart, Beef Stew. He is 3rd in the league in
Stew.
rebounds. Donovan Clingan 11.6.
He looks like he could be a 20 and 10 guy.
He's
easily.
got 31 double-doubles this year. That's
crazy.
good for 8th in the league. He's right behind Luka Doncic in double-doubles. He's 4 double-doubles away from having the same amount as Victor Wembanyama.
What did he have, like 7 blocks in one game the other night?
I think so. I mean, Jalen Duren, 36 double-doubles. Cade Cunningham, 37. Jalen Johnson, 42.
Listen.
Nikola Jokic, 46. And Karl Anthony Towns, 49. Outside of was Cat an all-star this year? I don't think he was.
No, I don't
He
think so.
was. Cat.
Oh, Cat was?
He was?
Yeah.
So he is literally trailing all-stars
He played for the world
in
team.
double-doubles.
Yeah. No, I mean, and if you look at his last 5 games, he has
He's
been
cooking.
cooking. 21
Go by
and
his
15,
rookie card.
11 and 15, 14 and 11, 28 and 13, 21 and 12. He's finally figured out that I'm bigger than everybody else here. And if I just turn and dunk and turn and go up
Full
strong, I'm at
speed.
least going to go to the free throw line every time. He's figured it out. And I'm like, great. If you can keep, and that's the benefit. How many big men coaches are there in basketball? Guys that were, they played power forward, played center. Not a lot. You look at most of the coaches around the NBA, if they played, they were a guard. They were a point guard. They were something like that. Very seldom are there big men that get a chance to be head coaches in the NBA. Patrick Ewing's still waiting for a head coaching job
He'll
in the
never
NBA.
get it, yeah.
And he'll never get it. Yeah, right? You know what I mean? Why? Because what can Patrick Ewing teach a budding point guard? Not much. I guess that's what people think.
Well, again, the Tiago thing, that'll be figured out. I just think it's funny. People listen to our station because they want answers. They want opinions on things. I don't know what the hell this team should do with the head coaching spot in Tiago because I think he has done better than expected. Considering the circumstances, you bringing up the injuries from this year where it seems like 1-2 dudes that have been key role players are seemingly always out. But he is the interim, so there has got to be a decision made there. I think that if this team finishes 500, goes to the playoffs, I have no problem with them giving him 3 years, 3-year extension, something like that. But I am also completely in the camp of great season, appreciate what you did filling in. You're obviously an interim head coach that is learning as you are on the job. And if this team is good enough to make the playoffs with all things considered that happened this year, let's get an experienced head coach that knows how to run a team, and then Tiago, we'd love to have you on the staff still. Again, we'll find out, does Clingan attribute Tiago to his success this year and having that big of a jump from year 1 to year 2? So I don't know what to expect with Tiago and this team down the stretch and what it ends up looking like, but I guess to say that he has done a much better job than anticipated, especially with all the circumstances that have come into the season. But if we go another route and we go with more an experienced head coach, I'm definitely not opposed to that.
So I'm right there with the both of you. If we got Mike Malone, great, right? I'm singing to the heavens. But if we don't, and Tiago has to run it back, I'm interested to see what he could do with the full roster, to start the year, even just to start the year.
You guys make really good points about Tiago. I can see that. I go back to where have the Blazers really made an impact hire at the head coaching position in the last 25 years. Since Mike Dunleavy, who had, a lot of experience in the 90s with the Lakers, I think the Bucks after. Seriously, guys, after that, they went to Mo Cheeks, who had no experience, Nate McMillan, who was kind of an up-and-coming.
You just don't know who's going to be.
I thought Stotts was a
No.
good choice.
I hear you. Stotts was good, but he was also kind of a failed head coaching candidate at the time, and thankfully the Blazers were able to give him enough, and he had the skill to prove what he could do as an offensive guru. But my point is, name an impact hire that the Blazers have made at the head coaching position in the last 25 years. When it was made, it has not been a case.
Tiago Splitter. Remember what we were talking about when he got hired as assistant? They hired Tiago Splitter. That could be good.
Yeah, well,
I get it.
it's also
I want a big name.
Well,
All
with
right,
NBA too. I mean, look at the coach of the defending world champions. It's Mark Daigneault. When he got hired, did anybody
No.
think, Oh, dude, he's going to lead them to an NBA. No, they got blown out by like 60, 70 points in one of their games early on in his tenure.
No, Spoelstra. Nobody looked at Spoelstra
Well,
and said,
no,
taking over for
Spoelstra was yeah.
Nobody knew that taking over for Pat Riley. Nobody knew that.
But
Spoelstra
Pat
was
Riley
going to be
handpicked
the
him,
guy.
too.
Yeah, but I'm saying even still, we were like, really? Oh, and then you see why he was. And you're like, okay, maybe you are.
So look at the little Adelman last year filling in when they fired Mike Malone down the stretch, and then they're like, all right, Adelman, get in there,
Well,
lead
he's
this team.
Rick Adelman's kid.
Portland, Oregon.
Doesn't matter. That does not matter.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Absolutely, it does.
It does not
he
matter.
got to sit on the sidelines and watch his dad coach successfully for
So
years.
if the Nuggets end up losing out the rest of the year and flame out in the first round, does he get the job?
Yes.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does.
They threw him in at last minute, be like, hey, man, let's just get to the end of the season. And they ended up winning a first-round series. They ended up playing very, very well in the second round as well, to the point where they're like, damn, dude, all right, we're
Maybe
riding
you
with
can coach.
Yeah, okay, we got you.
And it's one of those things in the interim. It's not necessarily what the GM or anybody else thinks. If the players buy in to the interim, like they're gonna revolt if you get somebody new in, and they're not gonna want to play for them. Eventually, they will and everything, but you don't really want you. It happens in football, basketball. It happens all across the board where players get bought into the interim and say, "Man, this is the guy we want." Then they find out that it's not the guy for the job, and usually the next year he's gone.
All right, let's take a break. We're way over it again. 65 game rule. A couple players with some injuries this week that might hold them back from hitting that 65 game qualifier, so that way they can get regular season awards. And there are some players that are, or some fans upset about it, and some fans are like, "This is what it's for. This is why we do it." Get to that next year. Sports Saturday right here on the Fan Sports Network. But first, Schulte Sports Center update.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Portland Trailblazers getting a big win in Minnesota last night, 108-104, the final, marking their 35th victory of the year. Jeremy Grant leading the way with 26 points, 4 of 9 from three-point land. Denny Avdia, 25. Donovan Clingan, another double, 21 points, 12 boards for him. The Blazers taking a travel day before heading to Denver to face off against the Nuggies tomorrow afternoon. Over to the college hardwood, one NCAA tournament game happening as we speak. The number 1 seeded Michigan Wolverines out of the Midwest region taking on number 9 St. Louis. Michigan leads that one 61-55, about 14 minutes to go in the second half in that one. And over to the PGA Tour, Sung J M right now atop the leaderboard in the Valspar Championship. He gets going in about half an hour along with second placeman David Lipsky at 8 under. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football.
We're back. Yeah, we're going to say screw it on the 65-minute rule because there was something that came across my TV that I just could not look away from. And that is the 6'10", 240-pound center for St. Louis, the St. Louis Billikens, Robbie Avila. Do yourself a favor and go ahead and either watch this game because it's coming down the stretch here, 64-57.
Oh,
Michigan
Mr.
leads.
Goggles there?
Yeah, he's rocking the rec specs. He's got a forearm sleeve. He has a big giant bruise on his left shoulder. Does not have an athletic body type whatsoever. But the dude is ball. Oh my God! There was just a huge dunk for Michigan.
Ooh, yeah,
oh
that
my
was massive.
God, that was that Lindenborg kid, Xavier or whatever his name is. Well, what's the kid's name? Yaxel. Excuse me, Yaxel Lindenborg just had a huge dunk. But this kid for the St. Louis Billikens, this is the type of March Madness player that you want out there because you look at him and again, there is nothing about him other than his height that says you should be good at basketball. And he's not exactly like cooking. He's got like 9 points. But he's a big that plays like a point forward style, almost like the Jokic look to him.
Just like Jokic.
Like I said,
Just has Jokic arms.
if you haven't done it yet, do yourself a favor and go ahead and Google old Robbie Avila there for the Billikens of St. Louis. He also has a great list of nicknames for him. They showed it on a graphic here on the TV. He is also known as Milk Chamberlain, or Slew Alcindor for SLU.
My favorite is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's great.
Cream.
Cream.
And then Larry Nerd is also one of his nicknames. He actually transferred from Indiana State. So Larry Bird, the most famous and probably will be the most famous
more than likely
player from Indiana State
more than likely
ever. Yeah, he was there at Indiana State first before transferring to St. Louis, so where they are now in the tournament in the second round, losing to Michigan, but trying to make it close here down the stretch. Apparently, one of his former coaches, he was an assistant on that Indiana State team. I think this was when they were recruiting him. He said, and I quote, "He doesn't pass the look test, but bear with me." What's his quote about this dude?
Hey, man, listen, Jokic didn't pass the look test. He still doesn't. Luka doesn't pass the look test. He's getting better, but there are a lot of dudes right now, specifically in the NBA, like being in shape is a state of mind. Essentially, like Charles Barkley was one. Seriously, Charles Barkley historically was one of the most out of shape basketball players that there was. Charles Barkley is also one of the best basketball players to ever touch a basketball in the NBA. So really, size is one of those things. I don't really know if it really matters like that anymore. Like Jokic is not supposed to be this good. He's
Jokic
dumpy. He's kind of flappy and everything, but he's
perfect example of this. That dude can play 40, 50, 60 minutes whenever you need him to. And it looks like he's huffing and puffing, but he's still out there, still playing, still conditioned and able to give you those minutes.
There it is. Some people are never going to be. I've been working out for a long time, fellas. Now, all of a sudden, it's been like
humble brag.
No, seriously, it's been like a year, and more than anything, I don't do it because
guys,
I have to.
I've been kind of crushing it in the gym lately.
But the cool part is, usually you expect to see the results, right? I should have like a full six-pack and all type of stuff. And I mean, there's something there, but it's just some people will never look the way that you feel like they should look for as much as like James Harden will never have the six-pack that a lot of people feel like he should. Like, so it's kind of one of those things. So he can still have a career on the next level. I don't really think being fast in the NBA matters anymore. Like Luka plays, there's a guy in the NBA and been there for like 15 years named Slow Mo Anderson. That's what we call him. Like that's his nickname that they say it on 2K. Good job by Slow Mo.
I got two little tidbits I want to read here. So this comes from The Athletic about Robbie Avila, which is ironic, saying that this is coming from The Athletic, and we're talking about a very unathletic player out there. But this is the article. It says, Indiana State had a new coach from D2 with forward-thinking ideas about how he wanted the Sycamores to play basketball. A big man with point guard skills was required. Priority number one for Zach Boisvert, then an assistant to Josh Schertz in 2021, was to find that player. You're going to need a five-man that can pass, a five-man that can shoot, a five-man that can think, Boisvert said. I was really very, very diligent about looking for a five-man because none of those would work without it. That's the most important part of our offense. A friend who was coaching high school ball in the Chicago area tipped him off to a possible solution, but the text also came with a warning. He doesn't pass the look test, but bear with me. 5 years and 2 schools later, Robbie Avila still doesn't look like a typical basketball star with his rec specs and not quite sculpted 6'10", 240-pound body. But he looks the part of white boy during March Madness that's going to break your heart.
Listen,
Dude shoots 42% from three-point land.
yeah, get out of here. That translates.
Like, come on.
I love
Like,
it.
I think, he's one of those guys, and just based on the love he's been getting in college basketball over the last little bit, the NBA team will take a second-round flyer on him, take a,
I doubt that's
No.
G League,
No.
G League type stuff.
No.
Like, I think he'll be around like that, but I don't think he'll ever play any significant minutes.
Learn how
in the
to
NBA.
speak Turkish, Robbie, because I think that might be where you're
Ooh,
headed
internet.
there.
Yeah, go to the
That'll
Chinese
be fun.
league.
Also,
You ever been to Istanbul?
No,
Beautiful.
I've not been to
Beautiful.
Istanbul.
Most beautiful place I've ever seen.
Do you guys remember a kid named Connor Williams by chance?
No.
Connor Williams, he was a 360-pound
Oh my God.
college basketball player.
Oh, wait.
And he played at like St. Joseph's. No, it wasn't St. Joseph's.
Oh,
it was
okay,
St. John Fisher
I do remember
University.
him. Yes.
And another thing that you need to look up, because this dude, 360 pounds, 7 feet, and I'm trying to get Rashad the pictures here so you can see this guy. He is just
Tractor trailer.
good luck.
Excuse me, Escalade from And One.
One of my best friends has this body type. Playing basketball against him is one of the most frustrating things
must
ever.
be. If
'Cause
he's
Is he good too?
he
Yeah.
cooks. And
There's the thing. Like, if you're good, and being that big is it's irritating.
he hasn't played. I think last year was his last year as a senior. But 14.5 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists per
Do you know
game.
what his major
Shot
was?
54% from the field.
His major was cybersecurity.
Hell yeah.
That fits. Like, that dude looks like a World of Warcraft player,
Dude,
but I can step out and hoop as well.
I need to find him on LinkedIn and connect.
Really quickly, by the way, props to this kid, Robbie Avila, for St. Louis, because he shows that you can wear a basketball jersey with no sleeves, even though you're a flabby white guy, and rock it like the rest of them.
Another part that makes his look so great.
Well, it's so annoying to me when, especially like college, I kind of get it, but it still annoys me. Guys in the NFBA, the National Basketball Association, are wearing T-shirts, not the sleeveless ones, but full-on T-shirts under their jerseys. Like, guys, you're grown men making millions of dollars. The fact that the NBA allows that, and yeah, I'll go to the NCAA. Like, come on, stop letting them
Let's
wear
just
T-shirts.
bring back the
It's
T-shirt
stupid.
jerseys.
It's so no, those are the worst.
Absolutely not.
God, those.
Not bring back
Bring back
the
the
jerseys.
T-shirt jerseys.
No jerseys.
Yeah.
Us talking about the athletic body type and being shredded and you working out and Rashad just being in the gym 24/7, you'd expect certain results.
Well, 22-5.
I'll finish up the show with a funny quote next from Rob McElhaney, creator of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Owner of Wrexham.
Yes,
Yeah.
that one. Because there was a plot point in It's Always Sunny in like seasons 7 or 8 where he like gained 40
Tried
pounds.
to gain weight on purpose.
Yeah, and then the next season he came back
Shredded.
absolutely shredded. And he
Yeah.
has a great quote about what he had to do to get to that level of fitness. And it just sums up, because you said, you're like, dude, I've been working out and you would think I would have something to show for it, If you want to get that shredded body type, it is unreal what you have to go through. So we'll finish up the show there next, Sports Saturday on the Fan Sports Network.
There's a difference between liking.
right, final segment here on Sports Saturday. I wanted to read this quote from you because Robbie Avila of the St. Louis Billikens has captured our attention here on the TV. By the way, Michigan, they're now at 15 over St. Louis with about 10 minutes left to go here, so they're trying to put the final touches on their win before advancing to the Sweet 16. As St. Louis hits a 3, though, they're not going away. Those Billikens, they don't say die. But we were talking about the athletic body type and what it takes to just get absolutely shredded. You know, we see players like Jokic out there who has some of the best conditioning in the league, but is a sentient tub of mayonnaise out there playing basketball. But I wanted to read this quote from Rob McElhaney. He's creator of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, one of the owners of Wrexham with Ryan Reynolds, because, as I said in the last segment, there's one plot point in It's Always Sunny where he like gains 50 pounds out of nowhere, and then the next season he is just shredded, washboard abs, as they say. But he went on to say on an Instagram post about what he had to do to get to that body type. And I'm going to read this for you. He says, I'm going to break it down for you because it's actually quite simple, and anybody can do this. Anybody on the planet can do this. First things first, if you have a job like a 9-to-5 job, quit that. Mm-hmm. Do you like food? Forget about that.
Right.
Because you're never going to enjoy anything you eat. Alcohol? Sorry, that's out. So what you need to do, you have a chef, right? Like a personal chef. Make sure that chef makes you a lot of chicken breast, and make sure you keep your caloric intake at a certain level. And as you go to your physician 2 to 3 times a week just to monitor all your testosterone levels, because testosterone is important to building muscle, you're good friends with the trainer from Magic Mike, right? Aaron Babian. So you want to give Aaron a call.
You know Channing Tatum, yeah? Okay.
And you want to make sure he's at your house and takes you to the gym at least twice a day, because you're going to want to do your muscle building in the morning and then your cardio in the afternoon. Now, do you have a family? Like a significant other or kids?
Not important.
Yeah, forget about them. You're not going to have time to deal with them. So that's really all you have to do. And make sure you have a studio, pay for the entire thing, because it could become exceptionally expensive. So I think if you just do all those things, then you too can have an absolutely unrealistic body type, such as me.
Yeah, anybody can do it, right? Yeah.
Makes me feel better, that's for sure. It's like, no, you literally need to have all the time, all the money, and all the resources on your hands possible.
And have a production studio, pay for it.
But yeah, and write it off. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing I try to keep in mind is that, like, man, these NBA guys, these NFL guys, man, they have teams of people, nutritionists and trainers and dietitians and everything that you can need to make sure. Like, I don't have any of that. I have YouTube. I have AI. Hey man, what should I eat today that's a good option or good alternative to steak? These mushrooms are delete, never mind.
Dude, eating healthy,
it sucks. It's the worst.
I shouldn't say it's tough, but
no, it's tough.
The produce aspect of it, making sure your produce doesn't go bad alone, is like the hardest part of all.
So there's no point in saving anything you eat. You have to buy produce like every day.
Yeah.
Because again, if
drives me nuts.
I buy cabbage and then I leave it for 2 days in the refrigerator, and all of a sudden the cabbage is terrible and the rest of the house smells awful. So that's the one bad thing about getting produce. Like, it goes so bad so fast. You have to eat it like the day you buy it.
Another quote from McElhaney on why men want to get jacked. He says, the people who were most fascinated by my body when I was in great shape were dudes. Women could give 2 S's. In fact, my wife really was displeased with the way I looked because she felt like I was trying too hard. And I was. There's this fascination that men want to look like that and men want to be that aesthetically pleasing to other men. I'm actually talking about straight men as much as men in the gay community. It's interesting that it's not based in sexuality or sex appeal, more about the body image that we've sort of grown accustomed to. Kind of the same thing with like cars. Like if you get a really, really sick car,
it's never ladies.
It's
never ladies.
Bro, what
sick
year
car,
is that?
bro?
Is that a V8? Dude,
yeah.
Sick.
My guy has this really cool, like, old school car.
You want to go out sometime?
And it's never ladies. I'm sure he gets compliments from people, but it's always rolling around some dude like, man, that's dope, bro. Like, where you get that? What year is that? And everything.
Dude,
but it's
that car's
never
sick.
It's never ladies like, oh my God, nice ride. Like, never ever happened. So
well, it's like when you hear the big muffler guy driving around, you hear him from a distance. I'm always like, dude, that guy must be pretty cool.
You suck, bro. I'll let you know. Like, you suck. I always think, man, that guy's must
awesome.
Be packing. Man, look at him just driving down the street with that loud vehicle.
If only I could be that cool. That's what I
What do I
think.
got to do?
I usually go, if I hear that, I get in my car and try and track that guy down to.
I got questions.
To tell it's
I
like,
got
how'd you get
questions,
to
bro.
school?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Help me out, bro. Put me on.
Yep. So there's your tips for having washboard abs and a completely chiseled body by Rob McElhenney. Just basically anything that you do in your regular life,
Just stop.
stop doing it and go to the gym 2 to 3 times a day. Caloric deficit.
Well,
And,
Care about
it'll be
nothing
good.
else.
I've kind of submitted to the fact that I'm never going to look like him, and I'm just going to get Sonobello, and I'm just going to
Gonna get what?
I'm just going to get what do they
Lipo.
call it? Yeah, liposuction. I'm just going to do it that way.
That's a
I'm
good
just going to cheat. Like,
Cheat.
why not?
Why don't you get the shot, the fat shot drug?
Because I don't want to be that small.
Get some-
Like, have you seen the people that are on the shot? And I'm diabetic, so I could very well take it, but no.
Take a shot of Wegovy in the ass
No,
cheek.
I mean, they're
you.
overdoing it, bro.
Yeah, man, those people look crazy that are on
do.
Ozempic. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, they're like,
Yeah, it's hot, according to Joe.
yeah, works out. You seen Charles Barkley?
Charles
His
Barkley looks
suits are
crazy.
way
I
too
wanted to
baggy
do
for
him all
now.
week.
Yeah, he looks crazy right now.
Can,
like
can
his
he
suit
actually
is
get a
hanging off of him.
skin-tight suit,
Yeah,
please?
he looks crazy. His head is all big and stuff, and now he's skinny. Like, yeah, you look crazy, Charles.
He looks like the dude from Beetlejuice. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
With
the shrinking head
The
guy?
shrunken head with the
Yeah,
big...
that's what everybody on Ozempic looks like. They have this either ginormous head or this really small head on this really small, frail body. Have you seen Oprah? My gosh, what's happening, Oprah?
Harry the Hunter is what his name from the Beetlejuice.
Oh, God.
With the giant head and the big body.
Yeah, it's almost like when you run into an already skinny star at a Hollywood. Like, on TV, it obviously really does add 10 pounds, and when you meet them in person, like, it's like, oh my God, you are almost nothing. You are tiny. I'm talking like dudes, too, and it does seem like that's kind of what the Ozempic effect is having on.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Well, that does it for us today. Hope everybody out there has a fantastic Saturday. By the way, tea time booked. We're all good.
Aha, look at
Where'd you get?
2 o'clock, Merriweather.
There you go.
Not my first choice, but not my last choice. That's for sure. So going to get out there. Everybody out there, enjoy this Saturday. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the action of March Madness. But we'll be back here next week. Jordan, appreciate you as always.
Love you guys. Love you all.
Rashad, appreciate you as always.
My man.
And to all of our listeners out there hanging out with us on this Saturday, appreciate you as always. You will catch Sports Saturday next week right here on these airwaves again at 9 a.m. Until then, we will catch you at that time. Peace.
Dusty here. And if flavor's on your mind, Victor Rico's Mexican food should be too.